therapy may be able to help those suffering from this disease. Well, still to come on News 40 at 10, the race to avoid a government shutdown as Republicans failed to advance a defense spending bill. What this means and what's next as lawmakers work to reach a deal before that deadline in just a bit. But first, Weather Chief Chris Allen is back with a full look at our forecast. He'll tell us what we can expect to see as we prepare for our weekend right after this.
The competition is on.
This is nerve-wracking.
Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy?
Weeknights at 6 on NBC 40.
I'm Ashley Wilson. Here's what's coming up tomorrow on News 40 Sunrise. We'll help you kick off your weekend on a positive note with this week's Feel Good Friday, plus help one furry friend find their forever home in our daily pet of the day. These stories on News 40 Sunrise.
Do you have bricks cracking, doors and windows sticking, or cracks in your drywall? USS is here to help. Changing weather conditions cause the soil around your home to shift and your foundation to settle, compromising your home's structural integrity. USS can stabilize and even lift your foundation with our customized piering solutions, all backed by a transferable lifetime warranty. Visit uss-ky.com for a free estimate.
We'll guarantee our best. Call USS.
During Sleep Outfitters Labor Day sale, find incredible deals you won't find anywhere else. Save up to $800 on select adjustable sets, plus get up to $300 in free gifts. Come get outfitted for life-changing sleep today, only at Sleep Outfitters.
Warren County Public Schools is hosting a bus driver and monitor job fair Saturday, September 23rd, 8 to noon. Bus monitor starting salary $14 per hour. Bus driver starting salary $17.68 per hour. You can also apply now at warrencountyschools.org.
We all want our kids to have a future here in Kentucky. That's why I'm working hard to bring more jobs here. Companies big and small are setting up all over Kentucky, revitalizing communities and creating thousands of good-paying jobs. Over 46,000 more jobs than we had before COVID. Unemployment has never been lower, and we've helped hundreds of businesses launch or expand. This is Kentucky's future. Our economy is on fire. Let's keep it going.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
We're back with Weather Chief Chris Allen. Chris, we're just soaking in those last couple of days of summer and preparing for our weekend, but it's been just really nice out there.
It's been very nice, very warm, little toasty at times, sometimes cloudy, but we've had no rain. The thing we really could use, though, is rain.
Right.
And we're going to get some, and we're going to get a cool down. All of that kind of wrapped into the 7-day forecast, as you'll soon see. Currently, temperatures have fallen into the 60s. We're at 66 here in Bowling Green. Everybody else looking at low to mid 60s, even a few upper 60s. Now, the one exception down in Burkesville. That mesonet site is right next to the river, the Cumberland River, and so its elevation is lower, and being next to the river with a stable air mass, it's reading 56 degrees, and that's why everybody else you see is well into the 60s at this hour. Dew points are dropping into the upper 50s to low 60s, so there's just a twinge of humidity out there. Not a bad night if you want to go out for a walk or whatever. It's going to be a good evening for that. It'll be worse, though, once we get into tomorrow, the next couple of days. I think the humidity levels and dew points are going to go up as some moisture tries to work into the area. Not necessarily rain, just a lot more humidity. 66 right now. The winds are calm at the airport. The humidity is at 75%. It normally goes up at night anyway. The dew point at 58. And you can see the barometer at 30.15. That means high pressure is still in control. Now, out to the east of us, there have been a few showers that tried to pop up late this afternoon with the natural lift of the mountains and the hills in eastern Kentucky. So they had enough moisture to be lifted up by what we call orographic lift. That's just the natural lift and the height of the hills and the mountains in the eastern part of the state. Now back to the west, they're still contending with a lot of showers and thunderstorms back towards St. Louis. we're in between systems, and so the flow is still out of the east and southeast. That's going to keep us warm and a little more toasty tomorrow. I'm looking at 85. That's what we hit today. But we may hit 86 in a couple of places, especially west of us. And there you see a line of showers, scattered thunderstorms well out to the west of us by Friday morning. Now, once we get into Friday evening, everything starts to pool up as far as moisture. It's still not going to be tapped into just yet. We do have this system, which is going to become a tropical system as it moves through the Carolinas over the weekend. Our weather maker is going to be out west. By the time we get into Saturday, we're going to start to see the flow here moving in with some showers and thunderstorms. Much of Saturday is going to be dry. I think it's going to be late Saturday and then into Sunday that we really start to see the rain chances going up here. So it's going to take a little longer. 58, close to 60 tonight, mainly clear with some patchy fog by morning. And then tomorrow is when we go into the mid 80s. That says 84, but we actually could go 85, 86, 83 Saturday, first day of fall. Then we get the cooler temperatures and some badly needed rain as we get on into next week. We're back with a look at more News 40 in just a minute.
Geez. Hey, Trent. What's going on? You've been here for 7 hours.
I'm having problems with this ain't. I'm coming back tomorrow.
I should have called JB. Trent, gee.
Should have called JB Electric. At JB Electric, when it comes to electricity, we don't mess around. Make the right call. Call JB Electric.
Mike's credit score isn't something to write home about. But here he is, fists pumping the sky like the end of an 80s rom-com. You see, Mike just got approved to trade in his car for a better one because Byrider looked at extra factors beyond just credit, like his savings. Now, Mike has the chance to upgrade his car and his credit score. Right now during Byrider's trade-in event. Trade in your vehicle and take advantage of flexible payment options on quality cars, trucks, and SUVs.
We've got the drinks and good times. Now all we need is you. The 8th annual Bourbon and Brew Fest presented by the Mick Gaming Hall is back Saturday, October 21st at Bowling Green Ballpark. We have an expansive selection of bourbons, craft beers, mixed drinks, and more. Plus, sip while shopping, specialty vendors all around the ballpark. VIP ticket holders can enjoy the Heaven Hill VIP experience in the Performance Food Club, while premium ticket holders can take part in the Premium Lounge. Tickets start at just $50 and are on sale now at bgbrewfest.com or by calling 270-901-2121.
Time to turn talk into action. Step 1, fire up your BetMGM Sportsbook. Step 2, make your pick. And Step 3, showtime. Now that hunch has some weight to it. Every play, every game means something more. Because now, you're betting with the king of sportsbooks.
Tonight in Washington, there's a race to avoid government shutdown with little time to make a deal. Chaos reigns in the House as Republicans failed to advance a defense spending bill for the second time this week. Scott McFarland reports on the embarrassing rebuke for Speaker Kevin McCarthy.
With a deadline looming for a painful government shutdown,
the resolution is not adopted.
Things continued to fall apart in the U.S. House today.
I don't know what direction they're coming from.
A handful of Republicans, some of whom oppose sending more aid to Ukraine,
I've been no on Ukraine the entire time,
continue to jam House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, who's been trying and failing to pass bills to keep the government open with Republican votes only.
This is a whole new concept of individuals that just want to burn the whole place down. That doesn't work.
Some members warn an October 1st federal shutdown is increasingly likely, which could rattle the stock market and Americans' 401ks, create backlogs for people who need veterans benefits, visas, and passports, and shutter national parks. Shabe Esquerdo, a TSA officer and union rep, says they expect they'll have to work for no pay. How much worry is there among your colleagues about this?
Anxiety levels at an all-time high, to stress levels at an all-time high.
The 750,000-member American Federation of Government Employees has warned members to save up whatever money they can.
60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, okay? And you just imagine payday, but no paycheck.
CBS News has learned the Biden administration budget office will have shutdown preparation calls Friday with federal officials as Congress races towards this October 1st deadline, recognizing it's difficult to race when the U.S. House is stalled. Scott McFarland, CBS News, the Capitol.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky thanked Americans for their support during a visit to Washington, where President Biden announced a new installment of aid in the fight against Russian forces. Natalie Brand has more from the White House.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky made his second wartime visit to the White House.
Today, I approve the next tranche of U.S. security assistance to Ukraine, including more artillery, more ammunition, more anti-tank weapons, and next week, the first U.S. Abrams tanks will be delivered to Ukraine.
It comes as President Biden is pushing Congress to approve an additional $24 billion in military and humanitarian aid to Ukraine.
I thank United States of America and Mr. President for the new defense package for Ukraine, a very powerful package. Thank you so much. And it has exactly what our soldiers need now.
Zelensky spent the morning making his case on Capitol Hill in a series of private meetings. Lawmakers say Ukraine's president painted a stark picture of the situation on the ground.
If we step away from supporting them, the Russians will win this war. He was very clear about that.
But the White House funding request is facing growing opposition from some Republicans who have raised concerns about spending and accountability.
What is it that we are trying to accomplish, and at what cost? I mean, we're going to spend another $100 billion for what?
Republicans who support additional funding say the U.S. cannot afford to let Russia win.
The majority of the majority support this. I know there's some dissension on both sides, but I said a war of attrition is not going to win this. And that's what Putin wants.
Even as Zelensky was in the Capitol Thursday, hard-right Republicans again blocked a move to vote on a Pentagon spending bill. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Well, stay with us. News 40's Maxwell Trink is in the studio with a look at sports right after this.
Toyota Camry has been America's best-selling car for over 20 years.
But here's something you may not know. It's now available with all-wheel drive.
Now you can get 3.99 APR financing on an exciting new Camry, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Toyota, let's go places. Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
September 22nd to the 24th, the second annual Sky Arts Film Festival is taking place at the historic Capitol Theater, featuring films made locally and around the world. Purchase passes online at www.skyartsfilmfestival.com.
WNKY News 40 Weather wants you to join our team. Become a weather watcher at WNKY.com. You can connect directly with our team. Plus, your photos and videos will be featured in our weathercasts.
Presented by JB Electric.
Grab some amazing lunch and make a local impact.
And join us every week for Food Truck Friday.
Come on down to the corner of 10th and Chestnut for delicious food on Fridays.
A portion of your lunch purchase will support a local charity. Plus, I'll match and guarantee a $500 donation.
Check out the full Food Truck Friday lineup at WNKY.com.
Food Truck Fridays are brought to you by Flora Templeton Stewart. WNKY News 40 loves celebrating our viewers. That's why we bring you Soki's Birthday Club. Joining the club is free and simple. Visit WNKY.com/birthday, fill out the form, and click Submit. That's it. Your name will appear on News 40 Sunrise and News 40 at noon on your birthday, and you'll be entered to win a special birthday surprise. WNKY News 40 loves celebrating you because local matters. Soki's Birthday Club is brought to you by these great sponsors. WNKY News 40 is helping find forever homes for shelter pets. Watch Pet of the Day on News 40 Sunrise and News 40 at noon to meet your new best friend. Pet of the Day, brought to you by Morgantown Bank and Trust.
Sundays are for football. WNKY 40 is your go-to for the NFL. Watch games all day on WNKY, CBS 40, and NBC 40.
Welcome to sports. There's plenty of high school highlights we have to get to tonight, so let's get started to Warren East High School as the Lady Raiders hosted ACS for a district matchup tonight. Before the match, Warren East's Decca Burr was recognized for becoming the all-time leading scorer in Lady Raiders soccer history. The Lady Raiders went on to beat the Lady Patriots 8-0. To Greenwood High School now, as the Gators soccer team hosted the Warren East Raiders, who were trying to push their win streak to 8. The Greenwood Gators started off scoring, and that was just the common tone for the entire match. Gators end up beating that Raiders streak. Final score of this one, 8-1. And keeping things over at Greenwood, the Lady Gators volleyball team took on the Warren Central Lady Dragons. The Lady Dragons were looking to upset the Gators, who have been undefeated in district play so far this season. They picked up where they left off this Tuesday against South Warren. They continue strong as they take 3 straight sets. And it's Thursday night lights as Bowling Green stood their ground in Ohio County Eagle Country. After Eagles go 3 and out, Deuce Bailey hands the ball off Javen Huddleston. The defender may have grabbed the jersey, but those legs keep on moving to the end zone, give them 6. Purples get a safety and the ball back. Deuce Bailey rolls out right. Montravian Graham has the whole field to himself. No need to put those stains on that clean white jersey. 16-0 Purples. Eagles looking for absolutely anything. First pass of the game, ball hawked by Grayson Newman, an INT for BG. First quarter still not over. Deuce Bailey doing his thing with his feet, dances past defenders, sneaks past the pylon. Purples utterly dominate this one. The final score, 57-0. And our football frenzy game of the week, perfect intro to that, it's at Greenwood High School as the Gators are set to take on the South Warren Spartans. The Spartans are coming off their first loss of the year against DuPont Manual. Quarterback Bryce Button is having an outstanding season, passing for over 1,500 yards and 17 touchdowns in the team's first 5 games. South Warren head coach Brandon Smith spoke on how the team will plan before they travel to Greenwood.
Offensively, they do a lot of things that present problems for us, and so we're going to be really sound defensively. I don't think we've really been playing a sound football defensively. And offensively, you know, we still got a lot of execution issues, you know, things that shooting ourselves in the foot with penalties, you know, drop balls, missed assignments, those type of things. So we want to be sound in all those areas.
And the Greenwood Gators are coming off a big win over Warren Central last week. Telltale Long leads the Gator offense with over 400 rushing yards, 6 rushing touchdowns, 2 receiving touchdowns. Greenwood head coach Will Howard spoke on how he believes his team will have to battle this week.
Well, I mean, it's always a tough matchup for us. You know, Brandon does a fantastic job, and the kids play really hard. And, you know, they're a very physical ball team, and that's why they usually make runs late in the season, and we've got to match that. We got to ask for all of our seniors to step up on this game. You know, we depend on them to be our leaders and the ones that everybody else rallies around.
Let's hit the hill now as WKU volleyball is gearing up for conference play after going 3-0 this past weekend. WKU is currently 10-4 on the season, riding a 5-match win streak. Tops are set to open CUSA play, hosting UTEP in Citadel Arena tomorrow night. Match begins at 6. WKU football is preparing for another big road game this weekend. The 2-1 Tops are visiting Troy, the Trojans in Alabama. Troy is currently 1-2 on the young season with a win over Stephen F. Austin. Back-to-back losses against Kansas State and James Madison. Despite the slow start, offensive coordinator Drew Hollingshead knows it will still be a battle.
You know, it's going to be a game in the trenches. You know, it's going to be a game of blocking and tackling and real sound football is who's going to come out on top. So from a defensive standpoint, really buttoned up, love the way they play, love the physicality, and it's really impressive to see.
And a Bowling Green hot rod making it to the Bigs, Junior Caminero officially on the race roster. Congratulations to him. We'll be right back after this break.
I was raped by my stepfather after years of sexual abuse. I was 12. Anyone who believes there should be no exceptions for rape and incest could never understand what it's like to stand in my shoes. This is to you, Daniel Cameron. To tell a 12-year-old girl she must have the baby of her stepfather who raped her is unthinkable. I'm speaking out because women and girls need to have options. Daniel Cameron would give us none.
We're all born with the good in us. We're all in need of love. Dreams get torn, but we stand up, making a change that is calling us. Beautiful world, beautiful people, boys and girls, we're all made equal. So clap your hands, get up and dance. Beautiful world, beautiful people.
Morris Jewelry is this area's independent and trusted source for diamonds. We're an experienced direct diamond importer, and custom design is our specialty. With diamond engagement rings starting at $33 per month, our prices can't be beat.
Buy the sofa, get the love seat half price. That's right, buy the sofa, get the matching love seat 50% off. United carries a great selection of in-stock stationery, reclining, and yes, even leather sofas and love seats. Buy the sofa, get the love seat half price. Hometown service with a smile for 77 years, only at United Furniture and Appliance, historic downtown Bowling Green.
United Furniture. Couldn't ask for anything more.
Why spend more at other furniture stores when you can have more for less at Furniture Merchandise Outlet? FMO is always 30 to 70% less than the competition. Come in today and check out their large selection of top quality furniture in stock and ready to take home. FMO offers layaway and interest-free financing for up to 12 months. Great prices, great selection, and great warranties. Always get more for less at FMO.
You'll save more when you walk through our door.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
Welcome back. Well, we are preparing for a nice weekend that officially kicks off tomorrow. Hopefully some good weather for some football.
Yes. Yeah. No rain tomorrow, right? I know we need rain, but no rain tomorrow.
No rain tomorrow.
Okay.
No rain tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to hold off until probably Sunday night, but especially most of next week. We are looking at daily rain chances. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to rain the entire time. It's just the chance is going to be there. Fall officially begins on Saturday, but we're going to keep it warm, still in the low to mid 80s. So there you go. There's your weekend, and
eventually cooler.
Eventually
Cooler for fall. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you at home for joining us tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning starting at 6 a.m.
Captain